who lives in here. Spiders. How these trees are like growing out of this fallen tree trunk. Isn't that rad? Yeah. Look at that.
Beauty.
How cool are those roots?
Beauty.
They just do what they want to do. They try their best. There's seals out there. I don't know if you can see them. Hopefully they'll make some noise. Are you in there? No, it's okay.
I'm making it bigger.
Wow, look at that. That's so cool. What do you have there?
It's a crab.
Part of a crab that you found? He got eaten, yeah?
I'm not going home.
Here we are. Isn't it pretty? This is Point No Point Beach.
I will stop on. I will.
Make a U-turn.
There it is.
One hut.
Yeah.
Grub hut.
One hut.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Hilo Hive with Jez. This is Yarn Show episode 4. I'm calling it Yarn Show episode 4 because the last episode I talked about yarn. Even though I talked about other things, I didn't call it the Yarn Show. But this episode is just about yarny things. And so I'm counting that previous episode as episode 3, and this is episode 4, and maybe you don't care. Doesn't matter. I don't know. So, yes. I am a mom of 2 boys living in Washington State, near Seattle, and we just had Thanksgiving. I made way too much food for my whole family. Four of us, right? So we didn't need as much as we had, but it was good. Yeah. If you're looking to find me on social medias, you can find me as Jez_high_low on Instagram, and on Twitter as Little Jezzie, Jezzie. Those are really the only places I am active. I don't really mess with Ravelry anymore, but I am Sugar Sticks on Ravelry. I don't get on very much anymore. So I hope you liked the little introduction we did there in the beginning with our trip to Point No Point. That is near Kingston, Washington, which is, not far from where I live. I think it was like a 30-minute drive, and we like to go there. It's really nice. Pretty beach, lots of seals and things. You see, there were some jellies in the water as well. And it's just really beautiful. I don't know what else to say. There's a lighthouse. I love a lighthouse. Who doesn't love a lighthouse? I'm glad that I live in a place where everyone wears masks and doesn't complain about it. Well, I mean, they complain about it. People complain about it, of course, but I've really never been in a situation outside the home where people weren't masked up, even outdoors. So that kind of makes me feel a little better. And I feel a little safer doing stuff outside, although I don't know how much longer we're going to have that possibility. Although there is no bad weather, there's only bad clothing, so we'll go out no matter what, hopefully. So that being said, yarn show. You're here for yarn. You want to hear about knitting and crocheting. So let's just get to it. So, FOs. It's been a little over 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks since I've been on here, and I have finished quite a few things. Are you excited? I am. Let me think. Where should I start? Oh, so the first thing I'm going to show is this silly little thing right here. Grant is my youngest boy. He's 3. He found my mini skein and scrap yarn stash, and he saw this orange color, and he begged me to make him a pumpkin. And so I made him a little pumpkin, just kind of, I don't know, it's crocheted. I don't know what's on here. And then he's like, well, it needs a stem. And I'm like, okay. So I made a stem. He's like, well, it needs a face. And I was like, oh, okay. So I put a face on it. And then he said it needed a body. So I made him a body. Yes, but he's very cute. It's not the best embroidery, but I don't know, it has an endearing quality. I crocheted this, I probably used a D hook, maybe a C, I don't remember. but no pattern. It's just a silly little thing. I made it in a day, so. Oh, he's so cute. Okay. That one's out of the way. Next FO is my day date cardigan, which I am wearing. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll stand up. How much room do I have here? Okay. I'm wearing sweatpants because I'm trash, all right? Don't judge. Don't judge. Okay. So this is a hexagon sweater. So each side is one hexagonal piece. Can you tell that it's a hexagon? Kinda. There. And you just increase until you have enough room in the arms. This turned out way big, and I love it. The yarns are a yak silk blend, mostly, that I dyed myself. So this one, and this one are dyed by me. And then this one is Cascade 220 Sport. This one is Dream in Color fingering weight, actually, but it's kind of a really big fingering weight. And then this one is actually this brown edge that is here as well. This is Cascade 220 Sport, the worsted version, because I ran out of yarn. So I had to make do with some stash yarn, and I thought that color kind of tied it together. Now this was supposed to have more length down here, and it was supposed to have more of a collar. So I ran out of yarn after one round of collar. So it should have like maybe 2 more inches or like 1.5 inches for the collar, but whatever, it's fine. I love it. Show the back. Can you see? I don't know. Yay. I love it. It's so cozy and very, I don't know, it has a really nice drape to it from the yak and silk. And I love it, and my sides don't match, and I didn't want them to, so no comments about that. Let's see. This pattern was the Day Date cardigan by Make and Do Crew, and I used a G hook. And again, I had to stop short in a few places. And I don't know how they did the sleeve in the pattern, but I kind of just winged it. I think it's pretty similar to what they did. But, you know, whatever. I love it. I pretty much have lived in it. And it's so, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of ugly, like, it's a little ugly, okay? But I like it. I like ugly things sometimes, so what are you gonna do? Next FO. I finished my Hippo for Thanksgiving socks. Here, I'll just start with one. I've had these folded up, so hopefully. There you go, there's number 1. This is Hippo for Thanksgiving by Lolo Did It Yarns. And yeah, it's just a vanilla sock, afterthought heels. And there are 2 of them. So I've been wanting to wear these. I finished them a few weeks ago. And they've just been sitting there because I wanted to show them on the podcast with them looking nice. But now I can wear them, yay! And I didn't use a pattern, I just know how to knit a sock, so I knit a sock. Another thing that I have not shown on this podcast is my Scones for Florence socks by, where I wrote it down. Sorry, if you see me looking down, it's because I got a notebook here. Scones for Florence by Ambrose Smith. These were socks that I started last year. I started them like around this time last year because I remember knitting on them when I was in St. Louis visiting my mother. And yeah, that was Thanksgiving. So that was Thanksgiving into the beginning of December. And I knit all of the first sock except for the heel, and then I put them away. Yeah, because I do that. Now I pulled them out and I finished them. Long story short. They're so pretty. They have a really pretty lace pattern on there. But some of the rows have knit or slip, slip, slip knits, and then knit 3 togethers. And I don't know why, but I really had a hard time with that. And I think that's why they sat in timeout for like a year, but there you go. That's a better view. Aren't they so cute? They're so pink. This yarn is Sweet Georgia Yarns Rose Gold. I don't know the name of the yarn, but it's the fingering weight. It's a fingering weight merino nylon blend. But yeah, 2 pairs of socks. How exciting. Now I'm gonna wear these because my feet are cold. Perpetually cold. Okay. So the last FO that I'm gonna talk about is a little weird. I showed previously my West Knits Mystery Knit Along, the 2020 Mystery Knit Along, and I was liking it at first, but the more I started to like make more progress, I made it through section 3. I was like starting section 3, and I just decided, no, I was almost into section 4. Yeah. At that point, I decided I didn't like it anymore. I didn't like my colors, and I kept seeing people's projects, and they looked so pretty, and mine I just wasn't feeling it. So, I frogged back to the end of Clue 1, and I decided not to frog anymore because there was really no point, since there were so many breaks in the yarn in Clue 1 that it just wasn't worth it to me to frog it. Because then I just have all these short little bits of yarn. So I decided to turn it into a cowl. So you can see this is Clue 1. And it's like it's a triangle. It's not like a triangle, it is triangular. So what I did was I just picked up along the I-cord on the top here and joined in the round and did some, this isn't ribbing, it's kind of an alternating rib. There it is. This doesn't fit over my head. I think if I had picked up more stitches, it would have, but I didn't pick up each stitch on the I-cord. I kind of skipped a few. But it fits my son Warren, and he likes it, so. And it's boy appropriate colors, not that that matters, but yeah. So if you're struggling to get through your West Knits MCAL, this is an option. And now I have an FO instead of a failure, right? An FO instead of a frog, that feels good. But that's it for my FOs this week. Let's move on to the whips. Okay, whips. I've been a busy little bee. Let's just get into it. I showed this one before. This is my Candelaria. Oh no, my ball just fell to the ground. My balls are always bouncing. Okay. How am I gonna do this? Oh my gosh, everything's getting stuck and tangled. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're good. My Candelaria sweater looks like this now. It has a sleeve. This is a pattern by Nomad Stitches. And it is a fingering weight, mostly double crochet sweater. Yes. And mine is going to be quite large on me. And I kind of feel like maybe that was a mistake because I only have this much yarn left. I have one more skein of this. Knit Picks Preciosa Canary color. So that's why I decided to do the sleeves before finishing the body. And we shall see how long the body can be because I still need quite a bit on the second sleeve. And then it's, you know, it's a longish sweater and it has pockets, which are also in this. So in order to conserve as much of that yarn as I possibly could, I picked up this, which is Malabrigo Makita. And it's a similar type of yarn. It's a, you know, it's a singles fingering weight. And I thought it would look kind of nice. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. On the cuffs, and also the tops of the pockets have some ribbing as well. So I thought it would look good. And since the pattern's called Candelaria, I thought it contributed to the candle vibe of the pattern. I don't know. This is my thought process. I don't know. These are the things I tell myself, so I feel better. But yeah, it's got a really pretty lace section, which I had to kind of bumble through and like change things because I'm sure it was me. I'm sure it was me, but my things just weren't lining up right. Like, I don't know. But I figured it out. I made it work. Yay, it's so yellow. So very yellow. But at this point, it's all just double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. Just quite easy. And I'm using a Furls E-hook. These are so fancy, and I feel like a princess when I use them. Yes, I'm very spoiled now. Now that I've gotten a couple of these, that's all I want to use. Okay, there's that. I feel like I always feel like I'm just kind of like, okay, look at this, look at this. Okay, now let's look at this. Okay, look over here. Okay, now look over here. I don't know. I'm not good at transitions, okay? Next project is the Barna Lapa by Anne Meyer, or Meyer, I'm not sure. M-Y-H-R-E. And this is a color work. My balls are dropping again. Grow up so fast. I'm so sorry. I'm so out of it today. Okay, I am not on my game. This is a sweater for my 10-year-old boy. It is a color work yoke, full color work. The body is just this flea pattern. And that's what I'm working on now. What is this? Like 7 inches maybe? No, maybe 6. I'm gonna knit the body for 12 inches and then do the ribbing on the bottom. And then I'll go to town on these sleeves. And at the end it will be steeked. So this is, it almost looks like it would fit me. I don't know. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. He'll grow into it. It is a steeked sweater, so where it looks kind of wacky here, that's where the steek is gonna happen. Cut, 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 cut. The yarn I'm using is Knit Picks Palette. I'm really hoping that I can get this done by Christmas. He knows I'm knitting it for him, so, I mean, and he watches my podcast because he's online, you know, sometimes, so. I want this to be done for Christmas for him. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. It feels like it's not a lot left. Like it feels like there's not a lot, blah, blah. Feels like there's not a lot left on that sweater, but sleeves take a while. For me, especially. Okay. Next whip. I mentioned this project in the last episode. It is the Catdigan, Sinister Catdigan by Marna Gilligan. And I also mentioned in the last episode that I had to change the pattern, and I decided I was going to do, instead of cats, I was going to just do a checkerboard pattern. And I don't know, changing it took all the joy out of it. For me, even though I think it would look really cool, see, I switched colors here a little bit. A little bit of checkerboard happening there. This was gonna be my Nanny Swamo sweater. No, I'm done. I'm frogging it. Froggy, froggy, froggy. Taking it off the needles. No one can stop me. I live my life like this. Because I start a lot of projects, I frog a lot of projects. And that's okay. I've learned through the years that while I love having knit and crocheted items, mostly I crochet and knit for the process. And it's fine if I have to throw some things out. I will salvage this yarn and I will use it in something else. But there you go. I'm not sad about it. If you're sad to see that, just know that I'm cool with it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I have plenty of sweaters on the needles that I could be working on. Okay, okay. Last whip. Sorry if you hear my kids yelling, because I can hear them. I don't know if you can hear them. Last whip is the Waiting for Henry socks by Tabitha Gandy. I started these on a whim when I frogged out my West Knits. So I'm using a lot of the yarns from it. I'm using this red and this dark green and light green from that. This almost looks black to me, but it's not. I'm knitting the 64 stitch size. There's quite a few sizes, which is nice for this pattern. There's kid sizes up to larger adult sizes. And the foot is actually supposed to be like a rib, but I'm doing an alternating rib kind of thing. It's a thing with me. I did that on this as well, but I did a 2x2 alternating rib, and this one I'm doing a 1x1 alternating rib out of palette yarn. I have my marker placed for where I want my heel to go. So yeah, what size needle is this? This is a 2.5 mil needle. But yeah, oh, this was so fast, this color work. So fast. I don't know. I guess because it was only 64 stitches and I'm used to doing, like, you know, sweaters in color work. I haven't really done color work socks. But. So palette is just wool, not superwash, and no nylon in it. But since these are very Christmassy, I probably won't wear them that much, just during the Christmas season. So hopefully they'll be fine. I don't know. I mean, what did people do before there was superwash and nylon? I mean, they would use this, right? So, oh, I love it. They're so cute. So cute. I die. So, that is it for my whips. Well, that is it for my knitting and crochet whips, but I did want to show some other yarny crafting that I've been doing. All right, so I do a little bit of weaving. I have not done any in a while, just because. But I recently have been feeling a pull toward weaving, and so I have various looms. I have a Kromsky Harp 24-inch rigid heddle loom. That's my big, well, it's not my biggest loom actually. I have that. I have a large triangle loom that is massive and takes up so much space. I have various just like little frame looms, and then I also have the shacked zoom loom, which is really cool. I have mine in this cute little box. Fits kind of perfectly. And I'll show it. Actually, in the montage in the beginning, there's a little, you can kind of see. But, so this is the shacked zoom loom. It's very small and lightweight. And I have been making a few squares on this. And my intention is to make Christmassy or Yule-y squares. And I have 3 squares so far. Now I'm holding a fingering weight yarn together with a fuzzy alpaca. So this is all the white that I have. I'm gonna need to get more. This yarn unfortunately was discontinued. This is Barocco, I forget what it was called even. Oh, this is one of my favorite yarns and it's gone now. However, I did find that Knit Picks carries a lace weight alpaca called Alpaca Bloom. And so I might get more white to keep going on this. So this is one. This is a mini, held with this. This is a mini, a very Christmassy looking yarn. This came from one of my advent calendars. And then I did this one, which has some sparkle. I don't know if it's visible. I don't think it's visible. But that is this yarn, which is Dragon Horde Yarns. I think it was called Speckled Dragon Eggs. I knit a pair of socks out of this a while ago. So I have that. And then I did this one as well. And that's this same yarn, but it's held with a Andean Mist. That's what it's called. Yes. Barocco Andean Mist. Discontinued. Very sad. So, yeah, I have 3 little squares and they're Christmassy, and my plan is to pick all my yarns that are Christmassy or Christmas adjacent, you know, things that seem festive to me, things that make me think, obviously like all the red and greens, but like things that make me think of twinkling lights, and, you know, cozy things. I have an advent calendar with more mini skeins from Legacy Fiber Arts this year. And I plan on setting aside any that are like overtly Christmas for this project. And the way I hope to tie these all together, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna crochet, like maybe do a double crochet border and then join them somehow. I don't know, I haven't gotten that far yet. We shall see. But a 20 gram mini, that's how much I have left. That's a lot. Like I could probably get quite a few out of one mini. So that is exciting. And I was also looking at a homespun house. She's putting up some of her Christmas colorways as mini skein sets, and I might have to order that for my blanket. I have a project for it. It's not just gonna go into the stash, right? It's gonna go into the stash because Lord knows I don't finish blankets. I have yet to finish a blanket, and I have started like 50 blankets. Anyway, my other weaving project I will go get right now. Okay. All right, so I don't know how to show this. This thing's pretty big. It's folded up right now, and I haven't done much weaving on it, but I worked it up. And the yarn is, again, this yarn. Because these socks aren't going to use up a whole lot of it, and I should have enough to do this too. I don't know. That's my thinking. Barely any progress on that. I just came up with a stripe sequence that I liked. and did it. And this took good 3 hours to warp up. And unfortunately, I did this on Monday. Today's Friday. I somehow injured my neck doing this. I don't know. I just walked back and forth. I did the direct warping method, and I guess I was like hunched over it a lot and like pulling things through, and my neck has been hurting all week, which has been causing migraines all week. And that's also why I've been mad at this. Like, I think it's gonna be beautiful, but I'm so upset, and like I'm scared. I'm traumatized. Like I have hardly done any knitting this week or any crafting this week because I would work for a little bit and then I'd feel this tension start right here in my neck, and then it creeps up into my head, and then my glasses get heavy when they've been fine. Like, they haven't been bothering me, but like suddenly, because of this pain and the pain happening here, my glasses start to push on my nose. I start to notice every little thing, you know, and then migraine. I'm a delicate flower, what can I say? But I've been trying to take it easy. I've been doing yoga every morning, stretching, light yoga, very light yoga. I'm not trying to hurt myself. But yeah, just trying to stretch out some of this tension. It's so bad. It's so bad. So bad. Yeah, and the few times that I have tried to knit or crochet, like, I feel it, just like I start working and then this starts happening and it's like, oh, stop. So we shall see how the next few weeks treat me. I've taken so much Imitrex this week, it's a little ridiculous, and I've also been hitting the vape pen quite often. Thank God for cannabis. Okay. That is all for my weaving. Hopefully, I mean, it's kind of hard to show the rigid heddle weaving, so I don't know when I'll show this again, because showing progress on this, you know, it's all rolled up and you can't see it until it's done, really, anyway. But I don't know. I'll show it to you before, you know, before it's done, I'm sure, but yeah. The Zoom Loom is much easier to show the pieces for. But yeah, so one more segment that I think I want to do today is just my future plans, because December's a big month and there's lots happening. Okay, let's talk plans. Let's talk December. Big thing is my advent calendar. I've been trying to decide what I want to do, and I kind of mentioned with my Loomy friend here, the overtly over the top Christmassy skeins are going to go to that. But I know that they're not all going to be very Christmassy. I'm hoping a few of them are, but most of them are probably just going to be really nice skeins of yarn. So I wanted to do something with them. And every year, first year I did an advent calendar, I did a cowl. The second year, I did a stole or scarf, which is still not finished. And so this year, I would really like to do something else that isn't neckwear. And I found last year everyone was doing the Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart. And so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do another blanket. Yes. But unlike all my other blankets, which are fingering weight, this one will be fingering weight held together with da, 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 Alpaca Bloom by Knit Picks. This is their lace weight alpaca yarn that I mentioned. It's very thin and very fluffy, fuzzy. This is great if you have mohair sensitivity, but want to do all the mohair craze things that are going around, like me. I was really feeling left out until I discovered Barocco, Andy, and Mist, and then they discontinued it on me. And so then I was left out again of the mohair craze, okay? You people who think mohair is not itchy, you're crazy, okay? It's itchy, all right? It's itchy. Alpaca does not itch me. So this is a really pretty blushy pink color. It is called Champagne Peach. So I'm planning to hold this together with a fingering weight, which will mean it's more of a DK worsted blanket, which will hopefully mean I'll finish it. Probably not, but you know, we can dream. If there are colors, I didn't want to do white, so I got this peachy color. If there are any colors that look absolutely heinous with this, I'm not gonna use it in the blanket. I'm gonna only choose the yarns that look nice with this for the blanket. But I'm hoping most of them will, because even though it's not a neutral, it's a light color. I don't know. So that's very exciting. I'm really excited about that. Can I say exciting anymore? Yeah, I'm excited. Other plans are my Christmas socks. I mean, other than these Christmas socks. I also, from Legacy Fiber Arts, have this, which is Bernard colorway. And last time I didn't know who Bernard was, and I asked if anyone knew, and the response was that it is the elf from the Santa Claus. So I'm kind of thinking I might cast this on while we watch that movie, if I can stomach looking at Tim Allen. I love Christmas movies, but I don't like Tim Allen as a person. And it's funny because Toy Story, like the whole Toy Story trilogy or quadrilogy, are some of our favorite movies, and it's just like, ugh, Buzz is the worst because it's Tim Allen. Anyway, I'm glad that Grant is Team Woody, okay? Anyway, I kind of do want to watch that movie. I remember it being funny when I was a kid, when I saw it. So, hopefully it is. Yay! I just thought it'd be appropriate to watch the movie that these were inspired by, so. And I'm hoping to knit the Humbug Socks by Ambrose Smith. Ambrose Smith of these. And they're another kind of lacy, not as, like the lace isn't as delicately complex as this. They look a lot more chill, you know. So that's the plan. As soon as I can get these wound up, now that Thanksgiving has passed, it is okay to watch Christmas movies, even though I already started watching Christmas movies. 'Cause I can. I'm an adult and I can do what I want. Other plans. Grant has requested a hat. He said he wants a hat. He wants me to make him one and he wants it to have a pom-pom on top. We were in a yarn store in Port Orchard. No, it was in Gig Harbor. Sorry. Rainy Day Yarns. And it was on my birthday, actually. We went there, and they had all these like hats on display above their yarn, and Grant saw a hat and he wanted it, you know. And I was like, I can make you a hat, I can make you a hat. And then I thought he'd forget about it. And nope, he's been asking for a hat with a pom-pom. He wants it to be brown with a pom-pom. So hopefully I could do that as a Christmas present for him. I don't know if you could hear the noise. They're doing karaoke downstairs. Anyway, I plan on pulling out some lingering sock whip, because I have many, similar to this situation. I hope to pull out another one of those that's been hibernating and get that one done at some point. And, finally, I plan to participate in Vlogmas once again. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'll record every day. I mean, I know that's kind of the idea, but 2020, there's not much to do. There aren't many places to go, so I will try to record just, maybe some of our outdoor time and our baking, if we do baking, just things like that. Maybe I'll do a weekly vlog, and then you can see all my minis as I open them from my advent calendar. Yeah, but I'm excited about that, even though it's a weird year and it's not going to be what it usually is, which has me really just anxious. Like, I feel like I'm going overboard trying to make Christmas special this year because it's so not great out there right now. And it can be overwhelming, for sure. I'm sure a lot of people are feeling the same way. Like, we're not seeing Santa this year. We're not going to sit on Santa's lap. It's not going to be, so we're writing letters instead, and I have a cute little mailbox that they're going to put their letters in, and yeah, so we're not homeschooling for December. We are done. We're not done. I mean, our term has ended so that we can take December off, and we're homeschooling year-round, so we can do that, which is nice because then we get to spend the whole Yule, Advent, like the whole shebang, Christmas together, and without the anxieties that come along with school, which I try to keep to a minimum anyway, but Lord knows they are there. Yeah, so possibly the next time you will see me will be a Vlogmas episode. And yeah, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. If you're in the US, and do that. That's all. I think it's enough. That's quite enough. Yeah, if you want to get in touch with me again, I am on Instagram as Jez_high_low. And I am on Twitter as @LittleJezzy. So, until next time,